What's going on, you guys? Today we are doing another Cisco Packet Tracer troubleshooting lab. And yeah, we're going to just go ahead and hop right into it. We're going to start by opening up the lab instructions. Let's let's get started. Also, if you guys want to do the lab as well, I'll make sure to link it down below. And like I said in the last troubleshooting video, if you want to try to solve it yourself, I suggest you do it before watching me complete the lab. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So first, let's just take a look at what we have here. We have IT shop. This is where we will be working from, I'm assuming. We have one, two, three floors. And as you can see, we have different end devices belonging within different departments. We have a sales, guest, logistics, media, finance, media, guest. Okay. We have a core and two access switches. Let me, okay, we're good. So let's pull up the lab instructions and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so the directions we have the guest computers should not be able to communicate with each other or other systems. So we have guest, guest, guest. We have the guest PC on each floor, and they should not be able to communicate with each other or other systems. Gotcha. Sales and logistics systems should be able to communicate with each other, but not other floors. So we have sales up here, logistics, and also, okay, so we just have sales and logistic PCs on our third floor. And also, all computers within a department must be able to communicate with each other. And so, all these PCs should be able to talk to each other. All of these should be able to, and all of these, even though they belong to different subnets and VLANs. Do not add any additional equipment. Secure all unused ports. Okay, so I'm kind of hung up on this first task and this last one. The guest computer should not be able to communicate with each other or other systems. But we also have all computers within a department must be able to communicate with each other. I'm gonna just assume that the guest computer on each floor should just be able to talk to the devices on its um, given floor. So that's kind of how we're going to go about it. So let's go ahead and get started. So guest computers should not be able to communicate with each other or other systems. So that means these guest PCs shouldn't be able to talk to each other. Let's get started. Can we see, because we got a SSH. I'm assuming, yeah, we'll just go through the laptop here. And the IP address for this is 172.16.1. Let me pull this back up. What's the login? We also have it here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and SSH in admin 172.16.0.1. And what is it, Woody? There we go. All right, so first thing I want to do is just do a simple show VLAN brief and kind of see what VLANs we have. Yeah, I hope this doesn't get congested for you guys, but we're gonna pull this up as well. So I can have this. Let me like right here. Hopefully, well, we'll put it down here. So we have a sales management is VLAN 10, sales 20, finance 30, media 40, logistics 50, and guest is 60. So all our guest PCs are in VLAN 60, I'm assuming. And just to make sure, shoot, let me get back in. We're gonna do a CDP neighbors detail just so I can see the IP address of this access switch so we can SSH into it, and it's .2. So we're gonna exit out of this one. Let me just do this. And now we will, so VLAN brief and just make sure all the VLANs are corresponding. Nothing is different and it seems to be the same. And I'm gonna just assume it's the same for this access switch up there because I don't feel like checking. Okay, we're gonna start by going back to the core switch. Now the goal right here is to make sure that this PC cannot communicate with this one. So we're gonna go ahead and let's check and just see if they can communicate now because they should be able to. If this so and if is this a trunk? I can't see the link. F01, and it is a trunk, and all VLANs are currently allowed. And if these two PCs have IP addresses configured, they should indeed be able to talk to each other. As of now, what is it again? 192, 168, 5.3.3. See, we don't want that. So to fix this issue, I want to assign, because right now it looks like they just configured a trunk and they didn't add or remove any VLANs. And by default, all VLANs are allowed on the trunk. And that to make sure the guest PCs can't talk to each other, I want to just allow these 5 VLANs. Wait, one, two, three, four. Yeah, these 5 VLANs on the trunk. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that because I may be able to kill two birds in one stone. So I want to see what else should be allowed on the trunk. Guest computers should not be able to communicate with other systems. Sales and logistics should be able to communicate with each other, but not other floors. We'll handle sales and logistics up here. All computers within the department must be able to communicate with each other. Yeah, so we're gonna go into configure terminal. And for interface after F01, we're gonna do a switch port, allow VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And yeah, that should stop all communications between this this first floor and this second floor for the guest PCs. And we're gonna go ahead and do it on the side as well, if we can get in. And while we're waiting for that to act right, it seems like a packet tracer glitch. I'm gonna go ahead and ping this guest PC again, and it shouldn't work. Yep, everything is looking like it's failing. Your request timed out. Perfect. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Well, let's see what the trunk looks like first. And yeah, all VLANs are allowed. So we're gonna go F. Okay, this is F02. Oh, 02. I'm gonna go switchboard, trunk. Allowed 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Packet tracer is buggy right now. Pressing enter, but it's not working. Connection timed out. Let's see how long the timer is set for because we may need to change that because what was that, like a minute or two? Now the host is not responding. What's going on? And guys, this is why I cannot wait to start using CML because I probably won't have to deal with issues like this unless it's a configuration that was made that is causing me to come out like that. I'm gonna just do this. What is it? Yeah, V2I. We shouldn't time out anymore if that was the issue. All right, boom. So we've cut off all connectivity between the two guest PCs here. Now we have to do the same up here because if you see, we're gonna go ahead and do a ping. They can indeed talk to each other. So I'm assuming it's the same configurations up here. So we're gonna go ahead and assign the VLAN specifically allowed on the trunk. And I think we saw that earlier as well. Yeah, all VLANs are currently allowed. We're gonna go switch port, trunk, VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and try again just to show you all that it doesn't work anymore. And honestly, I don't even think any routing is configured on these switches yet. I think everything is just layer two at this point because we haven't tried any communication between the separate subnets or VLANs. So yeah, we'll handle one step at a time. Right now, we're just trying to make sure that um there's no connectivity between the guest VLANs that are on the different floors. So let me do a show CDP neighbors detail to see the IP address so we can SSH into a switch at the top. Right now we're here. We'll do a show interface trunk, but I'm assuming it's the same thing. Yeah, let me go ahead and assign specific VLANs allowed. Add VLAN set. Uh, and it's why is it connection timed out? Host is not responding. That's weird. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Definitely slowing me down. Please. All right. What else can I do again? Did I? Yeah, the man didn't work. 20, 30, 40, and 50. They didn't like that. Allow VLAN 10, 20. I typed it in wrong. We're having the same issue. What is going on? Yeah, I think it's packet tracer at this point. Yeah, it seems like a glitch. See if it'll respond this time. Any day now. Get this right the first time because it's looking like we only get one opportunity to enter the command since we keep timing out. And it's still not working. Weird. I've never had this issue with Packet Tracer. Keep timing out. Very strange. If you guys know why it keeps doing that, maybe it's like a connectivity issue that I'm not aware of. So if you guys have any idea why that's the case, please let me know. Uh, 0 through 14. The only thing I can think of why it's doing that. I don't know why it keeps timing me out. And it's doing it again. So we'll just move on because I mean we satisfy the guest PCs not being able to talk to each other. So we'll just move on for now and see if it's working later. All right, so sales and logistics systems should be able to communicate with each other, but not other floors. And sales and logistics only located at the top. So now we have to implement some routing. Not any additional secure. All right, so we do need to incorporate some routing now. Let me go back up. Let's just do a show run and see if I don't see IP routing enabled. And I don't. Oh, and the command went through. That's funny. It may have been a glitch. I'm not sure. Yes, third floor. I don't see any IP routing configured. So we're also gonna have to set up some SVIs for these VLANs. So do so VLAN brief. What are the I think we're just gonna do the last usable IP for all its default the default gateways. No gateways are set. Can we do this without if they just want strictly layer 2 stuff? Okay, let me read this again because they may not want us to default gateways. They may want everything to be like layer 2 communication, but the guest computers should not be. Sales and logistics should be able to communicate with each other. Sales and logistics are in two different VLANs. I think I got to set up default gateways. This view look. Only IP addresses are set up. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna do 168.4.254. The last usable IP? Yeah. We're gonna do this for all of the um, logistic PCs and the sales PCs. Well, we're honestly going to do this for all devices because everybody is going to need a default gateway. Oh, why is my base perfect? 254 default gateway 254. Okay, yeah, that's right. So we have two sales, two guests. Well, we have another sale. Two, five, four. Perfecto. Perfect, perfect. And now they should be able to communicate with each other. Well, so let me go to the. So now what we're focused on is this task right here should be able to communicate with each other, but not other floors. Perfect. So we're gonna go interface VLAN 20. Interface VLAN 20, and we're gonna go no chat. Did we enable IP routing? Yes. So we're gonna go IP address. What we're doing? Sales. What's the IP address range? 168.1.254.255. Any other configurations we need to do? No. I'm nervous because I'm not seeing a interface status up. Come in once I enter this. Um, Call it the when I activate the SVI. I know what I was expecting. 4.254. Yes, that's it. A zero. Okay, they're up though. So let's see if not finance, logistics, and ping their default gateway. And it's the 4.1, 192, 4.254. And we didn't put ping first. Okay, come on. Perfect. Your sales can do the same for theirs. I think theirs is dot one. Yep, come on. Say dot 1.254. Perfect. And they should be able to talk to each other. This is 1.4. 1.4. I'm forgetting the word ping. 1.4. They should. Perfect. They can now talk to each other. We'll try one more for the heck of it. 1.3. And while we're waiting for ARP to take place, we're gonna try to ping a network, by the way. Dot, what did that say? Dot two. And now this shouldn't work. And the reason this shouldn't work is because our guest PCs, well, my guest PC, we didn't configure a default gateway on the device. So the ping message will make it to this device, but once it receives it and sees it's coming from a different VLAN, or a different subnet that is not, it's not its own, it won't know what to do with the packet since it doesn't have a default gateway configured. So it will just drop the packet once. It'll just drop the packet once it's received. And yeah, that's why we're getting the destination host unreachable. We're still getting replies though. I wonder why that's the case. There's no communication, but we're getting a destination host unreachable. So yeah, we're it's making it there, but it can't get back. I'm assuming that's what's going on. But yeah, there's no connectivity between the two, which is perfect. So sales and logistics systems should be able to communicate with each other, but not other floors. And there won't be any communication on these floors either because I don't think routing is enabled. If we exit and go to, I don't know, this one, we'll just see VLAN 10, which is, yeah, there's no routing enabled. So we're good. We're totally good. There's only communication between those departments on that floor. All computers within a department must be able to communicate with each other. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. The guest computer is not, they shouldn't be able to talk to anybody else, so that's fine. All computers within a department must be able to communicate with each other. So now we're gonna set up some SVIs for media 4, well, for media in the finance. Do they want the floors to be able to talk to each other? Yeah, so they should be able to communicate with each other. Okay, cool, 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 cool. So we'll probably have to implement an ACL on this switch right here, which tells um which tells the switch that these devices can't communicate with anybody else besides each other. So yeah, are we already on? Yeah, we're already on the right switch. So I'm gonna do so VLAN brief. And we have finance and media. And that's which is VLAN 30. I'm gonna do a, well, let me enable IP routing. We're gonna go back, VLAN 30. What we're doing, finance thing. And it's, ooh, there's no IP addresses configured at all. So it's interesting. To make this quick, I'm gonna just set up a DHCP server or DHCP on this switch so we don't have to manually configure any IP addresses. Well, 4, 3, this doesn't really matter, but I'm just looking. VLAN 30. Oh, what I'm doing, what I'm doing. Okay, DHCP, DHCP. Well, we'll go ahead and set up the, oh, and they give us the IP address range. Forgot. We're looking at finance right now. So it's that too. So we'll go ahead and do this default gateway 254. What am I on this? Oh, yeah. All right, DHCP. Mm, we don't really need to exclude anything. Cool. Finance. All right. And so it's going to be network 192.168.2.0. 255.255.0. Okay, I'm trying to think, how do we default router 254? Um, why am I forgetting how DHCP works? Because how do we, I don't think if we had different VLANs and they needed to get a specific um IP address. Mm. Oh yeah, I think it's just whatever. Okay, so what I'm thinking about right now is, let's say, well, which the media, do they have IP addresses? They do, but let's say finance and media, they both needed DHCP. I was trying to think, like, how would the server know subnet that which subnet belongs to which VLAN? And I believe it's whatever port it receives it on, the IP address assigned to that specific interface. That's the IP address range that is given to the device. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of right now. So anywho, um, anything else we have to set up for DHCP? Make sure I added everything. Finance to make sure we set up that SVI. Perfect. And I'm pretty sure that's how DHCP operates. I'm pretty sure I want to say that's how it operates. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go to, I'm in the wrong PC. Let me go to finance. This should go ahead and work. This, yeah, it should go ahead and work. Let's see. Perfect. I'm gonna just do this for all our finance PCs. Perfect. And I'm gonna renew. What I'm gonna do, just to test out the theory and kind of the explanation I gave on the HCP, I'm gonna renew the IP address on Media 4. And if what I said is correct, it shouldn't receive IP address, because if we look, did I set up I didn't set up a SVI for the sales VLAN yet. So let me go ahead and do that. Ooh, what is it? Let me check. VLAN 20. 192.168 dot, what was it? One, Jesus, my memory is terrible. We're in media. 3 dot, get out 3, 254. for getting the subnet mask. Here we go. Make sure that's up. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to media for well this PC right here, and it shouldn't work because, and the reason I'm gonna go ahead and release this right quick, and the reason it shouldn't work, port is not using DHCP. Okay, and it shouldn't work because it shouldn't work because um the port that it's connected to is within VLAN, I believe what VLAN 20 or the media VLAN is connected to the media VLAN. So the IP address that is assigned to the media VLAN, there is no DHCP range that is configured for that specific interface. So when that DHCP request comes into um that media port, that media on the port connected to the media VLAN, it will send out the message through that IP address. And once it see there's no DHCP network range that we configure assigned to that, there will be no addresses for this PC to receive. So DHCP should fail. Hope that made sense. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and test this, and we should not receive an IP address. And yeah, it's not working. But just to prove my point, I will set up a DHCP pool. I just up a DHCP pool, media, do all cap. We'll do network 192, media 168.3.0.255.255.255.0, a default router of 3.254, and we'll do so run to make sure everything looks right. Now, if we do a DHCP request, it should go through because now we have a DHCP pool corresponding to the SVI that the media. Now DHCP should work because the SVI IP address for the SVI that is assigned to the media VLAN, which this PC resides in, now has a DHCP pool that fits within that subnet. So now it has an IP address pool to pull from. So as we renew it here, any second, any second now. Oh, it's still failing. All right, so we're gonna figure out why that's not working. So this is interface 7. So let me just do so VLAN brief and media perfect. Oh, media 30 is finance. Jesus Christ. So that kind of messed up my pool. 20. Who is 20? 20 is sales. We messed up. 20 is sales, and that's what I just did. And finance is 30. Okay, the numbers are kind of mixing me up. Okay, that's fine. And okay, yeah, so we should have put those configurations on VLAN. 40 instead of 20. 20, and we're gonna go ahead and IP address. And that's gone. So we're gonna do interface, 40, and we're gonna do IP address 192.168.3.254. Why do I keep forgetting my subnet mask? And now we have a corresponding SPI. Now it's right. So let's see if it's still working out. Perfect. So yeah, I hope that kind of helped you guys understand how DHCP works within the local area network. So I kind of hope that gave you guys a good explanation on um yeah, just how DHCP works. We kind of got sidetracked. So let's go back to the actual lab. So where were we? All computers within the department must be able to communicate with each other. So now that our IP addresses are set up, SVIs are set up to be able to communicate. Let's just try to ping somebody within. Is this my own IP address? What is it? Perfect. So let's go ahead and try somebody else in another subnet. 3131. Let ARP take its place. Perfect. And if you guys remember that first step we did, we should not be able to communicate with our guest PCs. So just to make sure that is good, which I'm 100% sure it's not, because the guest VLAN does not have a SPI set up. So it's just unreachable. Now we need to make sure that, because remember, sales and logistics cannot talk to anybody else. Is that, I'm reading the directions correctly? Doesn't, it's not communicate with each, so they can communicate with each other, but not other floors. And I don't know why they would be able to communicate with each other if, because wouldn't we need a route? I don't think we even need to do an ACL since it's layer 3 communication. A route would be needed for the floors, for the different floors to talk to each other. Since we don't have any, yeah, it shouldn't work. We'll do so IP route just to make sure. And as you can see, we only have connected routes. So yeah, that wouldn't work anyway. But just to, just to make sure it wouldn't hurt. 4.3. We'll test that out. 4.3. Yeah, it really has no idea what the logistics getting destination host unreachable. All right, so that's pretty much it for that step. Lastly, all computers within the okay, so we need to do the same thing on the first floor. Do not add any additional. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on, well, yeah, the first floor, there's, yeah, the first floor is fine. They can talk to each other because they're all within the same VLAN. All computers communicate with each other. Perfect. I think that satisfies everything except securing the unused ports. So to do that, we're just gonna set them down, interface status, just to see which ports we need to shut down. So we're gonna shut down 9 through 24. We're gonna also shut down, and as you can see, the ports are disabled. I'm mad I can't think of any more port security right now to enable on them. Besides shutting them down, what could we do? We couldn't do any port security because they're not active. And I mean, we could make an unused VLAN and put them in there, but we're not gonna do it. So let's go ahead and go out, and we're wrapping up, guys. I'm gonna just do the same thing on A switch one and the core switch. Just shut down these unused ports. And it's looking like it's the same thing. Well, now it's 8 through 24. 8 through 24. Do a shut. Same thing for 2 gigabit interfaces. Perfect. Exit. Let me get out of here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. This should be our core switch. So interface status. And we're gonna shut down 7 through 24. Uh, Same thing for that. And just to double check, we'll look at the instructions. Right. And that is it for the lab. This lab was more of a kind of less troubleshooting and more just making some tweaks in the configurations. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And yeah, it's definitely going to be some more of these labs. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next video.